Hi, I'm Amanda of Inspiring Inkin. Welcome to my studio. In today's video, we're going to be making a stepper box. This is a really cool gift box. It opens, I've got a ribbon band. It opens at the top, and then as you pull it open, you undo the wrapper, and then you've got these stepped level boxes, so you can put lots of gifts and treats in there. We're actually going to be making a butterfly version of that today, but I wanted to show you what inspired me to make this particular project. So about 10 years ago, I wrote an article for a magazine, and it included included this stepper box. Now it's a bit battered, it's been around for a long time. It's got the same kind of lid, and it opens up in the same way, but you'll be able to see that this is actually made of paper, and it's not strong enough really to hold it, and the boxes are quite large. When you fold it, it joins here, so I've actually put on an extra panel, so you'll see on the box that we're going to make, it's got 5 panels. It kind of wraps around, which really helps with the stability. And also I redesigned it so it was a tiny bit smaller, so that the inner boxes can be made by using 6-inch square paper, which is going to be really helpful for all those 6-inch paper stacks you might have. Okay, so let's turn the camera around and get crafting. So here is the box we're going to be making in close-up. This one is actually using the Sand and Sea Designer Series paper and this amazing ribbon. It's Blushing Bride Metallic, really beautiful. So the belly band or the ribbon actually holds it closed, and you've got the lid, and then you've got these boxes that just open out. Now these are a really good size, you get lots of treats in. If you're going to put something really heavy in, although this is the base of these has actually got 2 pieces of paper, if you want to, you can reinforce it by putting a little bit of cardstock in there. But as I said, from my original slightly battered version, that only has 4 panels. So this extra panel just really helps kind of hold it together. So let's get making. All of the boxes and this lid are made in exactly the same way. So I'm going to show you one, and then I'm going to do the magic of editing and speed through the other 4, so you don't have to kind of watch me repeat it. I'm going to show you how to make it with cardstock though, because it's easier for you to see the folds. With the patterned paper, it's a bit more tricky. So yeah, let's get going. All of the products that you're going to see today are available in my online store. Whether you're on my blog or YouTube, you can scroll down and there are clickable links. You will also find all of the measurements. Again, if you scroll down, they're in the description boxes. But I am going to be putting the measurements here as well, so you can kind of screenshot them as well if that helps. Okay, so we're going to start out by making the wrapper first, and then we'll do the lid. So to make the wrapper, you need a piece of cardstock that is 6 inches by 11¼ inches, and we're going to score that. And then the panels, I'm using the lovely Butterfly Bijou paper. It's 6 by 6 inches, so it's perfect for this project. And you need 5 panels for the outside and 5 for the inside. And they are, so 2 sets of 5, and they're 2 inches by 5¾ inches. So that's everything that you need for the wrapper. So let's just do the scoring. So it's really quick because it's just 4 score lines. So it is 2 1/4 inches, 4 1/2, 6 3/4, and 9. And then we need your bone folder, and just reinforce those score lines. Now your bone folder is going to be your absolute best friend for this project, because it's going to be how you make the boxes. And the boxes are standard origami fold boxes. This type of folded box has been around for centuries. So you can make boxes this way with any square piece of paper. So you can kind of scale this up, scale it down, whatever you want to do. If ooh, one of my pieces is the wrong size. Hold on. Oh dear. That's not a good start, is it? Right. Let me just check the others, see if I have to cut the others. I obviously left one at 6 inches. Yeah. Right. Well, let's bring in the trim up. Now I've got glue on my trimmer, but I can sort that out with a bit of wet white plater. Okay, so let's just check that these are all the right size. Look, I've left one there as well. I thought I was fully prepared for this video. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. But it's okay, because you can always cut a bit off your paper, but if it's too short, that's a bigger problem. Okay, right, so where were we? Sticking these bits down. So this is going to be the inside, and I have gone for the sort of plainer pattern really for the inside, because I'm going to use these lovely rainbow pieces of paper, rainbow butterflies, for the boxes on the inside, and I really want them to pop, so I decided to go a bit plainer on the inside panels. And these panels, actually, putting the additional cardstock on does make it quite sturdy, because you've got cardstock and then you've got actually 2 pieces of paper on each section. So that's the inside, and then you've got this as the outside. Now I do need to play around with this a minute, because of the different bits of pattern. So, oh, yep, there we go. So that's the order I want to put them on. I do love this, the way the pink pops with the blue. So this cardstock is Bermuda Bay. But the butterfly bijou paper has so many different colours in it. What have we got? So a basic black, Bermuda Bay, Blushing Bride, Calypso Coral, Just Jade, Magenta Madness, which is the bright pink, Mango Melody, Mint Macaron, Misty Moonlight, Poppy Parade, So Saffron, and Basic White. So yeah, it's a lot of colours. So depending on which side of the paper you pick, you know, so this lovely rainbow paper has got this, I call this a dawn sky or an evening sky with all the yellows and oranges. It's really lovely. But it depends, you know, you just flip the paper over and you have got a completely different project. Okay. A bit of glue on my fingers. Right. So there's my wrapper. So that's done. So now I am going to make the box lid, and as well as this piece. So the lid is a piece of cardstock 6.5 inches by 6.5 inches. And then we've got a patterned piece of paper which is 2 inches square, and then 4 pieces that these are going to go around the side, which are 1 inch by 2.25 inches. Okay, so you're not actually scoring this with a scoring tool, you are using your bone folder the whole time. Now when you're doing this with cardstock, it does take a little bit more persuasion than paper does. So just go steady with it, just take your time, don't rush, and reinforce all your score lines with your bone folder. I personally wouldn't try going much smaller than a 5-inch square in cardstock because it's just too thick. But you can go smaller with the paper if you want to make different sizes of boxes. So the first thing you're going to do is make the square into a triangle. So you're folding it in half diagonally, and you're going to flip it round and do the same. Ooh. Do the same this way. Okay, so you've got a score line diagonally on all 4. So then you're going to take the point and you are going to bring the point to that center score cross line. And if you're not quite sure where it is, if you lift up your cardstock, you can actually butt it against it. Use your bone folder to kind of reinforce that score line. And then you're going to fold it again. So this new score line here that you've got, you're going to make it line up with that central score line just there. So again, reinforce it with the score line. Okay, so completely unfold all of that and turn it to the next point. And all you're going to do is exactly the same on all 4 sides. So you've got the point to the center cross, reinforce, and then fold the whole thing over. And what will happen in the end is, can you see you're beginning to get squares here? You're going to get these little squares all over the whole of the lid. And I know, kind of when you see it, you think, oh, well, that's going to look a bit rubbish when on the actual lid. But you don't see it because you've got the patterned paper over the top and it kind of disappears. It's weird, but it does. Okay, so last one. So the point goes in, and then the score line that you've made, again, we're coming to that center line, is there. Okay, so that is actually all the scoring of the box that you need to do. What I'm going to do now, though, is reinforce every single score line both ways. So it just means the more time that you take doing this now, the easier your box is going to fold. So it is worth just taking a little bit of extra time now. Okay. So now we are going to make the cuts that we need to be able to fold the lid together. And you're going to make 4 cut lines. So when you're looking at your box, if you find your center point, there are 4 squares from the center point, and that is going to be your lid. So if you go to each corner of that, you're going to cut from that corner down to the edge. So where that little triangle piece is there, you're going to cut there. And you're going to cut matching 2 pieces there. And then you're going to turn it all the way around and you're going to cut again exactly the same both ways. And if you look at this, you've got a square of 4 squares, a square of 4 squares and a triangle. Okay. So now we just need to do a tiny bit of surgery on these 4 points. Because we're going to be folding these in, just snipping a little bit off these 4 points will help when you stick it together. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring this point in, and it's going to go here to the center point. So not the points that we cut, the other points. And I'm going to put glue on there and fold it down. And then the same on this one. And fold it down. Then these pieces where we did the surgery, both sides, they're going to fold in and they're going to make the sides. And then this piece is going to fold over the top. Now I found that the easiest way to kind of hold those together is just to put a single glue dot on one of those panels. So it just holds it whilst you get your glue on and you put it down. So I'm putting glue on that panel, and again that point is going to match into that center point, and you just want to make sure, and this is why all your scoring and reinforcing is really important, you just need to make sure that you're squashing it all down and it's all meeting up nicely and it's nice and square. And then I'm going to do exactly the same with this one. Lift it up to that edge piece and tuck it in. How cool is that? It's really sturdy. So we'll just go ahead and put the decoration on. Because then that is done, and then I am going to do all of the boxes. But like I said, oh, that's popped out. Give it a press. I am going to speed up that section because this video will be quite long. Although I'm not entirely sure how long it takes. I don't think it takes that long. And to be honest, once you've made one of your boxes, once you've made one, you will find that you can kind of do them in your sleep. You won't need the instructions. There we go. Okay. So all my decoration is on my box. So now I'm going to get my patterned paper and I'm going to get going. Since this is the last box, I'm just going to go over a couple of extra things. You will have seen that I did everything in sections. So I did all the scoring and then all the cutting, and finally I'm doing the gluing. And doing it like that, like in a batch, does make it easier. It also means that you don't get glue everywhere if you're gluing every single box. And the other thing that I'm not sure that I mentioned before is when you get to this point where you've got these corner pieces, if you just give them a bit more reinforcing with your bone folder, it will really help the corners stay square. So let's just that down. Yep. Don't know what happened to that glue dot then, it kind of pinged off. Okay, so there you go. So there are all of the little boxes, all made. So all we've got now to do is the assembly. Now I am going to just go and double check that my lid fits, and it is a snug fit. Okay, it's designed to be a snug fit. I personally don't like box lids that, you know, don't hold tightly. Does that make sense? I don't like wobbly lids. So let's open this up, and the 4 boxes are going to do exactly what it says on the tin, which is they're going to be stepped. So I'm going to put that one there. And actually what I'm trying to do, might be able to do, is kind of work through the, yeah, look. Okay, so I'm just trying to get the rainbow pattern the kind of way I want it to look. So you have 2 choices here now. You can measure with a ruler. I do have a ruler. Let me just get it. You can measure precisely where you want each box to go and evenly space them if that makes you happy. Each box is about 1 inch and 1/8 tall. And this is 6 inches. So 1 inch and 1/8 times 4 is 4.5 inches. So you've got 1.5 inches kind of to spread out amongst your gaps. I'm sure it won't surprise you to know that I don't actually do that. If this is the first time you've done a video with me, I'm not a fan of a ruler. I do like measuring, but for things like this, I tend to do it by eye. So I just want it fairly even and pleasing to the eye. But the most important thing about this is that the boxes don't touch one another, that there is a gap. Okay, so that is all I am planning to do. So I'm putting this first one in, and I'm putting it fairly low down. It's not right at the bottom, but it's fairly low. And I'm going to turn it this way around so it's easier for me to see. So that one is going to go like at the top, so we can pop that one down as well. And again, it's not going right to the top, it's just going to where the patterned paper is. And then these two I'm going to position, but what I'm going to do first is I'm going to fold that up. Let me just use the lid to prop that up a minute. Fold that up and put the glue down. I'll put the glue on, should I say. And I'm using Tombow. You can use double-sided tape. You need a fairly strong glue. Obviously, depending on what you are putting in your little shelves, your little stepped boxes. Give it a good old squish. So that one's going to sit there and that one's going to sit there. So I'm going to fold this way so that then that is positioned in the right place there. Okay. And like I said, you can measure. It's doing whatever is going to make you happiest. There we go. 1, 2, 3. In. Put the lid on. You are going to have to wiggle it a little bit. But it's okay. And then we just need some ribbon. Now I'm hoping, yeah, this is one of my favourite ribbons, and I thought I was nearly at the end of the roll, which I am. So it's the Pool Party sheer ribbon that's part of the Whale Done product suite. But it's just really sparkly. Oh yeah, I've got enough. That is cool. Okay. So there we go. It's twisted a bit. Untwist it and just trim that off. Okay. So there you go. There is the finished stepper box. I hope you have enjoyed today's video. Do please subscribe to both my YouTube channel and my blog. You can purchase all of the items that you have seen today at my online store. If you scroll down, whether you're on YouTube or on my blog, there are clickable links, or you can go to my website, which is www.inspiringinkin.com. There you'll find a link to the online store and the blog and lots more creative inspiration. I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.